Hey there YouTube, this is SJM4306 back with another video, and this time I just wanted to show you a project that I started and nearly completed actually. These are they're Minitron tubes. Oops, I accidentally turned it on. And these are incandescent 7-segment displays, and they're used in avionics, so basically aircraft, military aircraft from back in the 70s and whatnot. So these tubes are marked with the date codes of January 74, I think. And I can see 72, so basically early 70s. And they still work. These are new old stock. I got them used off eBay, and they're not cheap. I can tell you that much. I'm not going to say how much I paid for them, but yeah, they are definitely not cheap. I got these a couple years ago, in fact, actually, and they've been sitting in a parts drawer for a number of years, and I finally decided to do something with them. And I also have two of these 16-segment versions, and one of them works fine, and this one unfortunately is dead. There are actually little air bubbles you can see in the seal, so I think what happened was it actually air leaked in on this guy. But I do have another one of these at work, but unfortunately these are even rarer, the 16-segment ones, and appropriately more expensive as well. So anyway, this is the display. I put a touch sensor on it, so if I touch this, it'll wake up from sleep and turn on. And it displays the time. If there's a 0 in the leading digit, it doesn't display it, obviously. But basically, I'm using a serial DS1302 RTC, as I keep accidentally turning it on. It's battery backed, and the battery will actually keep the time for about a day or two before it'll lose the memory. This is a super cap. It's only 0.22 farads, so not a large amount of capacity. Anyway, it's just powered off of 5 volts. I have it plugged into a USB cord into my computer. It uses a PIC16F886 for the firmware. Has obviously the touch sensor, as well as 2 buttons for setting the time. The AM/PM indicators down here. There are colons, which are soft controllable as well as the four digits. So other than that, we can kind of I'm not going to take this apart exactly because some of the wires connecting the bottom part are kind of fragile, but there are 4 dip chips in there, and those are HC74595s, and those are serial shift registers. So these are 5-volt devices, but you kind of want to feed them control current in order to make sure that they don't burn out or anything, because these are incandescent bulbs, and the displays do get warm if you leave them on. So I have a feature where you can actually press and hold this and wait till the display times out, and the indicators will blink. There we go. And then now the display is permanently on. And to turn it off, you press and hold the touch sensor and click the top button, and then it goes off. And so this will be timed. So every time you touch the touch sensor in this mode, it'll stay on for about, I think, 10 seconds, and then it'll shut off, just like that. And so, yeah, so everything works on this prototype so far. I have pretty much the final version of the firmware written, and, you know, everything works so far. The one problem I'm having is, this is the wiring on the back. I used enamel-coated wire, and then I used some 30-gauge Kynar wire. I have a single potentiometer here for the common on all the displays. These are all driven in parallel. It's not multiplexed. I tried to multiplex them, but the problem I found is the changing the duty from anything below 100%, drastically dim the displays because these are incandescent displays, so they don't react the same way LEDs do. So I basically had to drive all these using basically a 32-bit shift register. I took basically 4 8-bit shift registers, made a cascaded 32-bit shift register to drive all the segments at once. So power consumption is pretty high actually, but if you have it on this mode where it only turns on when you click the button, then that's perfectly fine. So anyway, if you guys are interested in setting the time, you basically have to go into the permanently on display mode by pressing and holding the top button and the touch sensor. And now we're in. Now I can just increment minutes. I can get back to, it's about 29 right now. and then you can increment the time as well. And you'll notice that this display is very dim compared to the other ones, and these were all used. They were listed as new old stock, but I believe some of these may have been used. So wait, let me just get the time right. There we go. Press and hold, and then there we go. So yeah, because these were used, I'm guessing this one is more burnt out than the other ones, or maybe it aged differently. So this is quite a bit dimmer. I can fix that by increasing the decreasing this resistor to allow more current to all the displays, but then the other ones get quite a bit brighter. So what I ordered was 4 200 ohm pots that are smaller than this. They're little potentiometers. So I'm going to put them on the back of each of the digits, so you can independently control the brightness on all the digits, and then I'll tune them all to the same brightness. But as of right now, unfortunately, the rightmost tube is quite a bit dimmer than the other ones. And so yeah, I'm going to probably end up putting this in a clear box with the touch sensor on the top, so that you can just tap the top of the box and it'll turn the display on. And maybe put a built-in AC power supply in the back, because, you know, if it's in a box, there's going to be quite a bit of room behind the display modules. And so this way I can kind of make it self-contained. It just plugs into the wall. Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, this is pretty much a work in progress, but it's pretty much all electrically completed. All I need to do really is work on the case. And yeah, you can see how beautiful these digits look. They look even better in the dark. And all the indicators are all incandescent, so there's no LEDs in here, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I just have some standoffs going between the two boards, and I cut the controller board, the top one with the microprocessor, into this kind of weird T-shape, upside down T-shape, so I can fit it around the digits, and all the digits are socketed. So in the future, if I ever do find another one of these displays, I can replace the one that's dimmer. So yeah, other than that, I just gotta figure out how to mount this and get this all going. But yeah, all in all, this is actually really cool. This is one of my favorite clocks. I have a lot of LED clocks I built, but this is just so cool because of how retro it is. It's sort of Nixie-ish, but not really. It's like a low voltage Nixie almost. Sort of reminds me of like Panaplex displays. Yeah, you can see how neat these glowing segments are. But anyway, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.